episode 109 of That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. With me, as always, is the man, the myth, my friend, Chris McEwen, at Chris McEwen, everywhere. I'm Bill Bush, driverangeheroes.com, at Range Heroes, on all the social medias. Okay, what am I going to say to start our show? Every week, if you're watching on YouTube, go down below, hit subscribe, hit the bell.
Right.
We're working on videos all the time for you guys. It's golf season, so we're doing stuff.
Yep.
You want to get notified. You want to get notified every single time we post one of those. If you don't mind, just get out of the way while you're there. Hit the thumbs up. Give us a like. Helps the algorithm. Maybe get us suggested in some other people's suggested videos. They join the fun. Get in on that 1,000 subscriber giveaway when it happens. You don't want to miss that. Don't want to miss that.
Yeah, we need to get there already. Especially I really feel like we should get there before the true golf season starts, because some things could be useful for this golf season. Should we hit that number?
So that's on you, everybody. Get your friends to do it. We're doing everything we can,
right,
for the most part. But like Chris said, you want that for this golf season and don't want to win this giveaway just to stare at it all winter long, wishing you could use it. That's on you. All right.
Yeah, right.
If you're listening to the podcast, please leave a 5-star review, rating, all that stuff. Do the podcast thing. Thanks for listening.
Right.
Smooth sounds of Bill.
Podcast listeners, if you hear some sipping or slurping, it's because I am attempting to start drinking tea, William. So I'm drinking some nice hot bedtime tea. So just in case, that wasn't me. That was Will.
Will? Call me Will now, huh?
That's right.
Here. Why is that a significant point that you're drinking tea now? Is this there's more to unpack there that you brought it up.
No. I just, in case it was noisy. That's all. I've been trying to drink more water. I've been trying to drink less alcohol, but I still every now and again need some flavor.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I've been in this habit of having a 2:00 cup of coffee or 2:00 cups of coffee, which isn't good. So I'm trying to move to still a nice, not refreshing. Well, it is refreshing, like warm, hot beverage. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give tea a shot. So I've got 2 different kinds. This one is a bedtime one. It's caffeine free, but some sort of herbal concoction that will
soothe and relax you.
Yeah, relax you. And then I have another one where it's like energy and focus. So, when you get, late in the day, get the afternoon blahs a little bit. I have a cup of energy and focus.
Afternoon blahs, I just call that all day.
Fair. All right, well, I get those. As a matter of fact, I had a cup today. I'll have you know, Bill. And the first course vlog video is moments from being ready to go. So maybe if you hit that bell, you'll get notified of when it's up, because it's something.
God, it already
is something. Yeah, that's how focused and energized I was.
Is it coming out any good? Because that was the day.
I think so. I think so.
Glad to hear that. If you're ever interested, Sarah Bush is also a big tea aficionado and takes it pretty serious, because she had to, in quotes, give up coffee and switch to tea. So she takes her tea consumption very serious.
Yeah, so I'm just dipping a toe in the tea.
Tea's delightful, but I feel like it always leaves me wanting more. But I mean, if you've consumed this show for quite some time, the battle that has always been our beverage intake. Right. Spend a lot of time on it.
Right.
Think of the soda stream conversations, the various mineral waters. Like, God, I'm
still doing mineral water. I still enjoy mineral water, but I also got one of those big things of water, like big containers of water that has the time on it.
Yeah.
So I suck down a bunch of water, from between 8 to noon, and then you do it again from 2 to 6. So I'm doing that too, just to try to.
And then, I mean, the problem with those, though, is
water.
conceptually it's great, but you're like, great, I'm this guy now. I'm this guy. I have one of these water bottles.
You're not going to see me with it like at X Golf or the garage. I'm not going to be that kind of guy where it's like, no, I'm bringing my barrel of water with me.
Did you know I have this?
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of, I got a new smoker. I think you know, and it's pretty big, and I'm not used to owning it and having it. So every time it just looks like when I turn the corner outside, I have one of those big rain barrels.
Oh yeah.
Collect your gutter water and stuff, so you have that to use in your yard and be resourceful.
Right.
Oh no, it's just my giant new smoker. Great.
Congrats on the new smoker. Did I know that? I knew that.
I don't know. We talk. Okay. We say a lot of things and move on to new subjects. So I may have mentioned it, and not even remember doing so. But I have one. Yeah. We'll see. I might fire it up this week. I spent our 60 or 70 degree day this past weekend.
Yeah.
Burning it in, get all those factory oils off. Let me tell you this, folks. If you ever buy a grill, a smoker of any sort, and they say, oh, these ones you don't need to season or burn in. Yeah, maybe you don't need to season it. Burn it in. Out of the factories and in the warehouses, they coat those things in so many oils and chemicals.
Yeah.
You don't want those in your food in any way, shape, or form. And then, of course, you read on the one I get, they're like, which I don't want to say what it is yet, because let's see if it deserves a shout out.
Yeah.
Just feeling it. It's like slimy, and go, oh, I don't need to burn this off. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So make sure you burn in your new equipment every time.
I'm sort of eyeballing. I need a new grill desperately. We've had ours for quite a while, and I'm considering going Blackstone.
Yeah, that's next on my list now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. It just reminded me when you said season it, because you have to season those too.
Yep.
But it's a good size. The struggle with the balcony in the city is that you're kind of limited on the size of grill you can get, and quite honestly, the ones that they manufacture for the size of the balcony is sort of a joke, unless you want one to take up 2/3 of your balcony.
Right.
So yeah, they make a 28-inch Blackstone, which is perfect. I love to, I was talking about this with my wife, the way that they give measurements for the flat tops. Have you noticed this? They'll give the cooking square inch surface, oh, this one's got 227 square inches of cooking surface, but then they'll also give you a real life reference. Like this one can do 20 hamburgers.
Yeah, I was going to say
45 hot dogs.
Most of the cool kid grills and what have you now, it'll be 4 racks of ribs, 3 whole chickens.
I feel like it's such an American thing. This one, you can cook 25 hamburgers at once.
Yeah.
Die.
You guys laugh, but I'll do that.
Right.
Any day. Right. And someone will be like, who all's coming for dinner? I'm like, no, and I just wanted to do it.
I got the space. It's like having a big house. You just
fill it. Is this wasteful?
Right.
Is this wasteful making it? I mean, I'll eat half of this over the next week. Just kidding. No, I won't. But it's funny because the Blackstone was on my list of grills I'm going to get before I even bought this new smoker. So all right, I got the smoker. That's up next.
Yeah.
I will be getting one of those. And so you haven't even cooked anything on the new smoker yet. You're already looking at a new grill. Yep. Yes. I was looking at it before
this
even
grill
owned
is for
it.
Breakfast. That grill is for other stuff.
Yeah. Look, I want to make some hash browns or something on the grill. I can do it.
If you get good, we need to do a that Range Life hibachi show. And you can make a fire truck onion or whatever, that chimney onion.
Yeah, I gotta want that bad just to do it. Speaking of other purchases, and I put this on our notes because I feel like I need to unpack it somewhere. But I got a new pillow. Okay, who cares? You get a new pillow. That's what you do as a grown up. But it was
the sometimes living up to the sometimes golf.
It was an infomercial pillow.
Come on. What time of day did you buy it?
Normal time.
During the day?
Yeah.
Well, how did you come across
9 to 5 during the day, but it might have been 6 o'clock or whatever.
Okay.
And it would not exactly half hour infomercial, more one of those the whole commercial break was one commercial and it's for this pillow.
Okay.
And I've needed a new pillow. I've always said I'm so bad at going to the store being let me flip this pillow around. And
it's impossible.
I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
And
they
I'm not
buy
gonna
one and they're like, this sucks. And they buy another one. That one goes in the closet.
Yeah. So I don't know. And just, God help me if I try to figure out what kind of sleeper I am and, get just the right pillow. So I don't know what it was, but I saw this commercial and I said, I need that. That's the pillow. That's it. That's the pillow. And they use like materials that they use and NASA uses in spacesuits for temperature regulation. And I started thinking of like all the golf gear stuff that I deal with where it's like, they're always like, oh, this type of merino wool and Kent wool socks is a nature's temperature modifier or whatever. I forgot what they say, but basically like when you need to be cool, it'll be cool. And when you need to be warm, it'll keep you warm and moisture wicking that. So I was like, okay, we're talking. And then it has basically like two inserts, right? A softer one and a firmer one.
Okay.
Depending on what style of sleep, or you can combine both of them. Like, well, the options here are tremendous.
It's like 3 pillows in one pillow.
Correct.
Right.
So then I did some realization. My kids are so weird with what their bed setups are and pillows they will and won't use, where shocking where they get that kind of behavior from.
Yeah.
And I go to my daughter, I'm like, do you have a pillow? Quite literally, do you have a pillow? And she goes, no, I don't like pillows. I go, what? And she uses a stuffed animal for a pillow.
Okay.
And I go, I ask my wife, I go, she doesn't have a pillow. She's like, you think I haven't tried to make sure our daughter has a pillow? She just doesn't use them, whatever. And so I go, hey, do you want a new pillow? So I got 2 of these pillows. And then, of course, I don't know if you know this, there's a supply chain issue in the world right now.
Sure. I've heard rumors. Yeah.
So when you order the pillow, like, give it 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's probably coming off a shipping container somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took 3 months to get the thing.
Oh my God.
But
now you have it in hand.
I'm a few days into using it. I will tell you, I can't decide if it's the pillow or just adjusting to a new pillow. You knew one for so long and all of a sudden now it's different. Maybe that's it.
Sure.
But
sure.
It seems comfortable in a quick little test, but I have not gotten a good night's sleep on it yet because it's just, it's just not what I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
But this has been a very
similar to the grill. You have to, cook it in. What do you call it? You gotta,
burn it in. Burn it in. Yeah.
Burn it in. Yeah.
Oh, that was a rabbit hole, by the way, too, with the smoker.
I imagine.
Help you if you Google seasoning the grill versus burning it in, and if you don't get you son of a bitch, you better dare not classify it one way or the other.
Right. Right.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Do I need to burn this factory oil off this grill or not?
Right.
Thank you. How long? How hot?
Right.
So instead I just kept it going. Like the amount of money I probably wasted in charcoal on the thing to keep it running as hot as possible for 5-6 hours or so.
That's what it takes to burn it in.
I don't know. That's what I decided it took.
Okay.
So I had this thing, smokers, right? You're not going up to like 600 degrees and all that. I had that thing pegged at 350 because that's as high as the thermometer goes. But if you told me I was running like 600-700 degrees, I'd believe you. It was pretty exciting. Anyway, let's talk about real weekend stuff. How we kicked it off in a company we all kept. I started my weekend Friday night. Young Liam, my son, lost a Hot Wheels car in the yard. That's right. Now, he wasn't like super upset about it.
Did he lose it? Lose. Like he kind of just like tossed it. I thought he just like flung it.
He did. He threw it.
Right.
Threw it in the air.
For no apparent reason, just to see it fly. Yeah.
Could not find it then. So I asked him, my daughter's like, no, I know where he did it. He did it over in this part of the yard, whatever. Okay, great. So he's like OCD fixated on it. And now it's like, I just don't want to keep dealing with this and never hear the end of it. At the same time, like, I just need to find this thing for my own satisfaction. So I'm thinking, as I'm putting it in the bed, I go, I gotta keep looking for that car. And I texted intern Grant across the street. And I said, hey, you're an outdoorsman. He camps. He does outdoors things.
Right.
I go, do you have any lights that would be good for a search and rescue operation in my front yard? He goes, yes. And tells me he has this high visibility headlamp. I'm like, I have a decent headlamp, and between the two of us, we should be covered. Mine looked like a flashlight from 1971 running out of batteries compared to the thing he had. I mean, he has this thing on, and it looks like a car is coming down the street. So there's Grant and me with 9:15 to 9:45-ish Friday night, just traipsing around my yard. I was like, man, never mind neighbors or cars coming by. If a cop drives by, like, I swear, officer, this isn't what it looks like.
Right.
But we did find the car. That was my
nice.
That was the start of my weekend with intern Grant. And you would later go on to golf with intern Grant, yourself, and the Riv.
It's true.
I don't know if I want to dive straight into that. I feel like there's a couple golf topics to cover. You tell me. Dealer's choice here, Chris.
What are the other topics? Let's do. We'll save our own golf adventures for later.
Two things. It's old news by the time this show comes out, but I love it. I've sort of enjoyed this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who will watch this be like, "Oh, Phil Mickelson could do no wrong," blah blah blah. But I've loved that finally. Righteous Phil, whatever, is finally kind of getting like put in his place a little bit, and just sort of the general come down a little bit from society. I've enjoyed that. But and now I'm baffled by so many things related to all this PIP stuff. But after he declared he won the PIP, it was so matter of fact about it.
Yeah.
And then they release a whole new list of results. But the Tiger Woods Foundation, who's normally just pretty relaxed, social, whatever.
Yeah.
Quote tweets it and just says, "Whoops."
Oh, God.
Savage. Absolutely savage and murdered, so funny.
Just murdered. Yeah. Pretty good.
I feel like all you see out of that
coming. It was pretty great.
Excited to be back golfing. Had a great time out at the PNC with Charlie. Did you know we played together? So-and-so scholarship. Really excited about our schools. Like, that's all you get. Very, very dry, vanilla content from that Twitter account. But whoops, I thought it was so funny. It's old news, I know, but it needed to be given the respect it deserves on this show.
That's right. Yeah, that was just, man. And again, it's one of those, I know we complain about social media and stuff like going overboard and you see the same exact thing over and over again, but I just took so much joy in seeing that over and over and over again because it was just amazing.
Well, and I saw it
absolutely amazing,
like quote unquote live. It wasn't like popping up now because of the algorithm or somebody's retweeted it or whatever.
Yeah.
It just showed up. Like I was going through the timeline. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. I had to stare at it for a while and make sure it was real.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
so excited.
It was pretty great.
Do you have any thoughts? And I thought I did when I made this note, but do you have any thoughts on Rickie missing the players? I feel like Rickie Fowler, obviously, he's lost his game, he's this, he's that, but Rickie's a good golfer and has been, and he's great for the game. I'm pro Rickie Fowler.
Oh, for sure.
He has struggled for quite some time. But I feel like given the package that is professional golf, specifically the PGA Tour, not having Rickie Fowler at the Players is not good. It's not good for golf. It's not the end of the world either by any means.
Okay.
But
it's still a competition. It's not a.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's a professional competition.
But I also feel
the NFL would be good with still having Tom Brady in it.
But what about the Masters? You have some guy who's 73 years old, isn't competing. No, I shouldn't say that. You have Bernard Langer, could win the goddamn thing when he's 83.
Yeah. I see. You're saying are you kind of talking about a lifetime
or something? Because if you think
the
about
Masters
it,
does
the whole he's overrated, is not going to win anything, and then he wins it in 2015 with one of the best competitive golf performances on a Sunday I've ever seen. In the fifth major, and I didn't even think about it, but that was 7 friggin' years ago.
7 years ago, man.
Jeez,
that's a long time ago.
So I could see where the various rights to play have ran out, but I just feel like it's weird that doesn't do anything for him, and just now it's almost like he's a footnote at best.
He kind of is. I mean, how old is he? Do we know how old Rickie Fowler is? Mid-30s?
Sounds about right. It's got to be a little, maybe a little younger than me, like a year or two. God,
yeah,
that's depressing.
Yeah, he's about your age, give or take. I think that's more of the fall off. I don't know. You could say the same thing about a handful of guys, I guess, right? Like, but I guess they had more. I was going to say Jason Day, but Jason Day won what, 2 majors? He was the number 1 player in the world at one point.
He only won 1 major, right?
One major, okay, 1 major, and but still, whatever. I don't know. It just seems like he just sort of faded away. Like Rickie just kind of faded off, and he's not the only golfer at age 35 or whatever that just kind of gets passed up. He gets married, has kids, and I don't know. There were always rumors that he wasn't that dedicated to it, anyways.
I was trying to think if there's a joke we could make about he's really just going to the Saudi Golf League and pretend like we really like we knew and we had the scoop, and that'd be a funny bit. But I'm like, it'd be just our luck that joke would backfire on us
somehow, some way. Yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. Like, although I will say, if someone just started watching golf 5 years ago, they probably don't have the same sort of whatever those like old feelings or whatever
nostalgia
for that we have for Rick.
I don't know. And that's even weird to think. Like, if you just got into professional golf 5 years ago, is he even relevant to you?
Barely.
Interesting.
I mean, when's the last
comment down below and let us know what you think.
Yeah, there you go. I don't. It's a weird. It is a weird thing. I can't say I miss him because I can't tell you the last time I saw Rickie Fowler on my television.
I am not. Well, I'm having these feelings. I'm saying it's like, I don't know, man. I am not watching golf this year. And I thought, all right, this tournament I'll be watching again. Oh, I'm kind of excited for this. I watched a little bit of the Waste Management. I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to watch the Players this week.
I'll watch the Players for sure. I'll watch it for sure.
And then I'll be like, oh, that's right. That's on. And I'll be disappointed in myself. I've watched a little bit of Champions Tour.
Have you?
For no other, probably because it's on at weird times.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not watching Euro. I'm not even watching the good old tried and true European Tour I love so much.
Coffee golf, man. Gotta love some coffee golf.
I gotta get back on it. I love watching the golf.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good inside. It really does. All right. Should we talk about our golf now?
Sure.
Hey, we played golf this weekend. It was 70,
did we ever play some golf?
70 degrees on Saturday, but we're adults. We have responsibilities. Wasn't in the cards. I'm sure everybody's playing golf on Saturday too.
That probably, but let's not lump we and I could have played Saturday.
I was speaking to the whole group of us existing in various things. You don't always have to do this. All right. You don't every time like, sorry, I have children that at this age and a young family. So
the friends that I make, tell you what,
70 degrees, a little windy, whatever, but lovely day
on Saturday. Yeah. It was very nice. It was great. Yeah.
Very wet as things were thawing out and what have you.
Yep.
Muddy, gross, muddy mess. But that even like dried up because it was windy-ish later in the day. That said, Saturday night got hit by a thunderstorm. Like legit lightning, thunder, the works.
Yeah. Just real quick. When we booked our Sunday round on whatever it was, Tuesday or Wednesday or something, the forecast for the weekend, Sunday was a little cooler than Saturday, but not by much. It was going to be like 10 degrees cooler or something. We were anticipating a very similar day. Yeah. Like it was going to be pretty nice.
Then it got to mid to low 50s. And windy, but okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Then within like 2 days till tea time, the forecast changes. Huge winds, like
right.
30 to 50 mile an hour gusts.
Yeah, the aforementioned storm, overnight storm that was going to hit as well.
Bringing that in, which that storm note is key here to talk about the woes that became our golf round. So I want to say the high when we played was probably somewhere around 42, with a high for the day at 48.
Right.
But with these winds just sitting steady at like 20 miles an hour, it felt like negative 30. It was just miserable. So anyway, Saturday night, when you're going to have a 30-degree temperature change, you're going to have a thunderstorm, especially hot to cold, right?
Right.
So thunderstorm, bunch of rain, soaking. Like I'm looking outside as I'm going to bed, soaking wet. Wake up at like 5 something, look out the window, thinking like, well, we're in for a wet day. And it's bone dry outside. Yeah, because it's just been screaming wind all night, air drying the place.
Right.
Absolutely insane. So we show up, we have a 8 something tea time, and it is cold. Now the golf course is surprisingly packed, but
it was,
super windy. I'd say the first you'll see in our future vlog coming up.
Yep.
We'll talk more in detail, but I mean, it was a good 3 holes before you could even like feel any sensation in your hands. Just miserable. It was,
is that the windiest? That's the windiest I've ever played in. I don't know if you've played in worse or something similar.
Not really. It's up there.
Yeah. I can't say that I've ever played in anything, that constant and the gusts of wind. I mean, there were times where you would be standing over a ball on a tee and it would oscillate.
Yeah.
Like I have a video of you like backing off because like the ball moved on the tee. Now the ball didn't move on the greens because the greens are wet and long.
Right.
But yeah, that was some serious weather. I didn't, at a certain point, I guess maybe it was after 3 holes or something. The cold didn't really bother me as much anymore. It was just cold. Like we played in cold. That's not a big deal. It's not.
Well, and that's what it was so weird about it. Fine, your body gets cold and what have you, but it's just the hands, right? That feeling in your hands. And it's like, it's one thing when your body's just tight because it's so cold, you're not loosening up. You can deal with that. But if you can't feel the connection to your golf club in your hands, it's not even like none of us thought we were going to break any course records that day. That was not the point of our.
Yeah, we didn't keep score. We actually rotated boxes. We went
which
white, yellow, red the whole time. It was fun. Do that. I want to do that again when it's like actual golf time.
Right. But to me, when you're like, I might just throw the club and not understand why it just happened. That's a
couple of times that happened to me. Yeah, that shot I had with my 7-iron where it basically went sort of. I almost hit Riv and intern Grant because like across the fairway, that club almost left. It gave me the buzz and the whole thing. And it's like, that was bad. No, I will say this about the round with all 4 of us being the first round of the year, conditions being what they were. I thought we actually played pretty well.
Yeah.
Like everyone hit good shots. Everyone was making really good contact and
almost alarmingly so.
Yeah. Right. Like everyone kept the ball in play for the most part. Like it was pretty.
First hole, even as I'm complaining about the wind and not being able to feel my hands, I somehow downwind, admittedly, probably hit a 335-yard drive.
Right. And out the car onto the first tee.
Yeah. Right. Can't feel a thing in my hands. Just what you want for a 65-yard chip, right?
Right. Right.
Got it to the front of the green, 2-putt par. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm golfing just fine. And that wasn't the day. Was full of stuff like that. You had a nice little kick-in birdie.
My short game, man, was a thing for real. I don't know what that was quite about. It's pretty clear. It was pretty clear to me anyways on some of the shots though, that I've been hitting off a mat for months because I was surprised when the ground gave away. Like, what are you doing?
When especially like,
why aren't you acting like fake grass on concrete?
The wet, spongy thunderstorm grass that we had. Like, oh, turns out you can dig a trench. And there were times where even I took like, just that thin little dollar divot, but it ended up being like 6 feet long just because the ground was so fragile.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't hit the ball that bad. I don't really understand why this just happened. So it was interesting. I do think it was funny that I felt like, generally speaking, I was hitting the center of the driver face pretty consistently and hitting it well.
Yeah.
Depending on the wind, we were hitting good driver shots, like well-struck driver shots that you should be happy with.
Right.
Everywhere from 170, probably less, 150, 55 yards total.
Yeah.
And a good, straight, nice piercing shot.
Right. Piercing for a minute. Yeah.
To 350 yards. Like that was the win that day.
Yeah.
And then 3 woods, going 310.
I was going to say, Riv hitting 3 woods, 280, 310. Just, yeah.
Well, I can't remember what hole it was, but I hit I go, well, the wind's at my back. I'm hitting my lob wedge, so it's going to go in the air.
That's right. That was like 3 or I think might have been was that the second hole? Second hole?
Wasn't second. The second was that goofy par 3 where it's like,
oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Good thing I'm feeling in my hands for that shot. But yeah, it was maybe 90 yards. I'm like, I'm going to hit a nice 40-yard wedge. Probably not even, probably closer to like 70 yards. I'm going to just hit this nice little 40-yard wedge shot that's going to just catch the wind and go in there nicely. So I did. I hit a really good shot, actually, and it should have been a 40-yard shot that carried a little bit. It went 130 yards.
Right.
It flew.
Those were the shots,
yards.
those were the shots where it was just a total guessing game because, in the ground, you talked, we joked about using the ground game more or whatever, but the ground is wet and the grass is long, so that wasn't really going to work all the time. Or you could throw a 56-degree wedge in the air and be like, well, let's see where it lands. Don't know. But that was.
There were times where we should have, just for the lulls and having the cameras, tried to hit some backward shots. Cause I think, again, I don't remember what hole it was, but the tee box is up high. It's probably like the most exposed point on the property for that 18 holes. I'm like, I bet you we could have. We could have hit a sand wedge and just watched it fly behind us.
Right. Do you remember the wedge that Grant hit? He was over the green and he's coming back over, to the green. And we were all on the green and we look up in the sky and we watch the ball just stall out, at like 80 feet in the air and just go funk.
And it stopped. Like it was like stall out. It's not an exaggeration. It paused
it really did.
For a significant amount of time.
Right.
Just like hung out there. It said, wait. All right. Which if that wind wasn't there, I bet you he would have hit that thing.
Oh, it would have he would have been going back and forth forever. But he threw that thing up, he threw that thing back up in the air and fell out of the sky.
Was it you who drilled the tree branch and took the whole thing off?
That was Riv.
That's Riv.
It was Riv. Yeah, I missed it. I was on the opposite side of the fairway when he hit that shot.
Crazy. I mean, admittedly, it got beat up in the wind, I'm sure, but it was a dying piece of tree branches coming down at some point, I'm sure. But it was like full-fledged lumber. It was falling out of the tree.
It was massive. It was massive. It made a big loud noise, and then it made another big loud noise when it hit the ground.
Yeah,
it was quite something.
Like hazard that would have hurt you if you were near it. It's incredible.
It's awesome.
I think what else was notable from the round of golf? I don't know. Just surprisingly, that all of these things said, while the course was not in peak form, surprisingly good given the weather we've had this year.
Shockingly good.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, no, that's. I made the joke I'd never played that course in season because we always play there. That's where we kick things off and end things. It feels like.
Yeah.
But great shape. I guess my biggest takeaways is maybe none of us are that far off from being halfway decent this year. There's a certain freedom too. Like,
let's not say things we can't take back.
There's a certain freedom. I was thinking about this yesterday. There's a certain freedom about not keeping score, be the wind and everything. You're like, whatever happens is going to happen. Like, you know, it's almost like being on a range. Like you're playing much more without consequence in your mind, and it's a little more freeing. So I'm going to try to take that with me. I think that's what helped my short game so much is I was just like, I'm just going to play the shot and
it makes a huge difference. And I tell that to people all the time where you're playing with them and they just get so worked up. And that was, I mean, there's a big reason I couldn't play golf competitively as a kid because I couldn't let it go. But
sure.
I mean, we're not out there thinking we're turning pro anytime soon. We're not out there playing for our livelihood. We're just trying to have fun. Yeah. And to me, it's like, I don't know if I can hit a cool shot or two. That's always fun. Like, wow, how'd you pull that off? Or that was pretty neat. If I can do that a few times, if I can hit a few like nice, pure, long drives, that's fun. And then, you know, just strike the ball well here and there, over 50% of the time. Like, that's good enough for me. Maybe that'll give me a few good shots.
It's easier said than done. I think that's not always the case with you. There's been times where you're like, I don't even want to play golf anymore.
But that's usually because I can't do any of those things in a round. I'm saying
you just said a couple good shots. Give me, you know, this and that, and I'm okay.
But which I am.
There's a tipping point for you where you're like, this is stupid and I hate everything and everybody and get out of here. And
because I'm not hitting a few of those, I'm hit maybe 1 out of 106 that day, you know?
Okay.
But I think like that's the thing for me. I'm there to like just enjoy the recreation and the company. And it's not my livelihood. Guess what?
Yeah. It's just but the other thing too is like I tried hitting shapes that I wouldn't otherwise try, but since we were playing in this wind and it didn't matter if I hit a ball straight, it wasn't going to go straight no matter what. So I might as well try to fade it into the wind or draw it against it or whatever. It's just kind of a fun way to play without that sort of,
for sure.
Thing. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we still go home and, you know, I still have my kids and my wife who are like, hey, that paycheck clearing this week?
Right. They don't give a shit what you're home on time and that's the end of it. No, but I mean, but there's still, I don't know, man, again, it's easier said than done. There's still something inside of all of us that play this game that still you don't want to shoot 100 every time you go out there. You still want to score or play well.
Agreed.
I don't know.
But I guess what I'm saying is it's not.
Yeah. I'm not throwing clubs or anything.
Well, stop making this all about you. This is anybody. It's a life lesson for golf. So Chris, what if, now I get it. If I do that every time and I'm not getting better and I'm trying to get better, like that's frustrating for sure. But if it's like, I just had a bad day today, whatever, it's not the end of the world. You know, guess what? You get to go do it again next weekend or whatever.
True.
I think that was like the big turning point for me where, okay, today wasn't the most fun in the world, but you know what? Next weekend might be. Sure. I might play really well next weekend or I won't, but I'll have a good time or something. Right. And I think that's a big thing I see with so many people. It's like, listen, until you're going to put in X amount of time and you are doing competitions or whatever, just enjoy hitting the neat little shot. Or I think of the big example I get, should you have gone for that green into, or should you try the hero shot that ended up pulling up into the water? Maybe not, but why not?
Right.
So what is the difference between me shooting an 87 and a 93 today?
I guess that's kind of, I totally agree. And that was part of, I think, Sunday where it's like, why not? There's a lot more of why not. Usually, like we talked about, I've never had an eagle because I don't go for the hero shot or try to get to that green into, right? That's just not the way I play. But like, maybe I need to have more why not moments on the golf course and just do it.
God, that wind was insane. I was just thinking about, I had the new Tour Edge C722 tie utility in my bag, 4 iron.
Yeah.
And I hit that thing probably
hard.
When I get it pure, I'm hitting that club somewhere in the, like, easily in the 235 range, like to the point where I have to get figured out. This is a little too much club for me. And I hit one, I go, oh my God, that's like a 250 yard shot. I think it went 140 yards.
Right. Yeah.
okay, all right. It was, God, that wind was nuts, just nuts. And even on a little wedge shots, you go, oh, all right. Normally I just plop my 60-degree wedge here and just let it just go up and go down. I go, if I hit that, even though I'm only 12 yards from my target, it's not going to make it.
Right.
I just have to I'm just going to take my driver out and just pop it with that thing. De-loft my driver down to 1 degree.
Utility iron out for that.
It was nuts.
There was the moment I didn't get it on camera, but I think it was on 16 maybe. I had my drive leaked right, and I was in between two trees on the right side, and there was a par 5, whatever that was, 16, 15, 16, whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm going to take my 3-wood. I'm going to try to bend it around this tree or hit it between the trees, but also bend it, back into the fairway towards the green. Again, why not shot? And I hit this golf ball so hard. The problem was that it ricocheted off the tree to my left and nearly killed intern Grant. Like Grant was so close to that ricochet. I mean, and it went back it went back like 70 yards probably. Like it just went, it was not great.
I kind of want to play, not in the conditions we had this past weekend, but I kind of want to play a super windy round again soon. Like it was fun.
It was
just preferably not where wind chills like Arctic. Yeah.
No. Give me a 70-degree day with some good winds, and I'm game. Let's do it.
God, was it right before Tommy moved to Arizona? Might have been. No, it was another time. We played Dubs Dread in wind like that.
Oh,
I mean, we're talking to make this point, and I don't think we knew it was going to be as windy as it ended up being.
Yeah.
Just to explain this wind a little more, the wind was blowing flags out of the ground pulling the cup out of the green. Like you could see it happening and wedging out. So there'd be like a lip and tearing the thing over. It was nuts. It was sort of like that at Dubs. And I don't know if I still have it, but I have a picture, video where you could see the flag on number 9, like bent over almost 90 degrees in the wind. And and we're playing Dubs Dread in this. The place is miserable enough to play as it is. Add in that kind of wind. So all those par 3s that already play like 204 yards, we're playing, 268.
You're trying to do the math with them. Yeah. Right.
It's terrible. So that was miserable. Yeah. Anyway, that's our golf. Stay tuned for that vlog. It should be fun.
The next day it snowed in true Chicagoland March fashion.
God, that was today. It's only been a day.
It was man. It's only been a day.
Man. Tell you what, we got some TV stuff going on. I am currently on Dawson's Creek break, as I mentioned, catching up on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really enjoying it, but I think I'm on episode 4 now, and I'm enjoying it again.
Okay.
Are you all current on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there 6 episodes? Yeah, 6, right? Currently.
She just started her job. We'll just say her new job.
Who did?
Miriam, where she's a MC at a place.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm really enjoying it. But then I realized to watch Mrs. Maisel last night, we skipped Walking Dead. So it's like I have that to look forward to. And then I saw today, and I texted you.
Yeah. There's
a spinoff.
Yeah.
And now I need to know. I feel like I missed something last night, but there's a spinoff following Negan and Maggie, which like thanks for the spoilers there already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who cares? And I won't watch it.
The network cares because it's a moneymaker, man.
Is it still?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's like the highest gross. I mean, that show is still the highest watched show on the network.
Are the spinoffs doing well though?
They
Interesting.
Are. Yeah, they are. Now there's going to be the franchise is spinning in all kinds of different directions. So you're going to have that. There was the talk, obviously, of the movies that weren't going to happen now or aren't going to or whatever. There's that new Maggie Negan spinoff. There's also going to be these little 1-episode vignettes with different people, like not even associated with the show or anything. They're just going to be like X person comes in and does an episode about their experience in the pandemic or whatever it was, like the, thing. And then they're going to move it to a totally different, it's going to be like all separate stories. None of them are going to like relate. Yeah. It's going to be,
I'm out.
Yeah. I don't even have, the funny thing is we sort of kind of cut the cord here in the condo building. We do have a cable package, but it's an app and it's horrible. But anyways, I've lost access to AMC. So I can't even, I guess I'll just wait. And then, but I kind of was thinking about like, that's probably the best way to watch this at this point. It's really just like get through it. What is there? 6 episodes left?
Something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to plow through them when they become available through whatever stream. I think Hulu or Netflix has been carrying them, and then be done with it.
I just, like I told you, at this point, I don't care what happened to Michonne and Rick. I don't care what happened to the weird lady who ruled the garbage dump. Like, I don't care. I don't care
yeah,
anymore.
I forgot it's kind of funny the thing, Maggie left the show, right? She got another gig.
That didn't pan out.
It didn't pan out. And now she's like, I think she realized like where her bread is buttered here. Like, no, you're Maggie. Sorry.
Yeah, you're forever. And hey, good. If it keeps making people money, awesome. But I just can't keep doing it, man. I can't keep doing it.
Did you watch any of the other ones? Did you watch Dawn of the Walking Dead or whatever?
Yeah,
what's the
I
other
tried.
ones?
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
And both of them, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It's like, almost like you've invested so much energy in one of them, you just don't have it. I just don't have it to give.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they improved on their, like if they learned from their mistakes or if they are just sticking with this formula because, hey, it's a money
The
maker.
second one they did, and it was following kids at school. I can't remember. I still can't remember all the details. And I want to say it was much later in the future.
Right.
I felt like it had good bones, but that's what it was. I just was so emotionally taxed from years of Walking Dead and how bad it got, where I don't care. I can't. That's the thing. I just don't care.
Right.
So I can't keep doing it.
And there's better television anyway. I mean, there's better zombie stuff too out there, quite honestly.
Then there's that. And there's other great things to watch, like that Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. So
it's true. True.
All right. I have one more Mrs. Maisel note.
Okay.
Is this exactly the role Jason Alexander needed? I feel like that guy's whole career has been your George Costanza. You can't do anything else. He was in Shallow Hal. It was weird. Anytime he shows up, it's like it. And I don't even think it's his fault to a large degree. It's just that's who he has become in the world.
Right.
And not even America, the world.
Right.
And his character in Mrs. Maisel is very good.
It is very good. It is very good.
This is what he needed.
Yeah. I think you're right. It took a long time to figure it out or find it. I think for so long he fought the George Costanza thing, and if he tried to do something different, it was just like, no, dude, like you're just embrace that sort of persona. It doesn't have to be Costanza, but like there are hints there, subtleties of that. He obviously took the Costanza and now he brings it to this character. But yeah, it's really good. I think it's just, I don't know. I would imagine that cast is so good that I don't know. That it feels like just you have no choice but to be a good character. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Alex Bornstein's so good in it. So good.
She's insanely. God, she's I
mean, she's always good, but like she's so good in it.
She's great.
All right. What other TV notes do you want to cover before we wrap her up?
I just watched, if we want to do just a quick little Dawson talk, I watched episode 15 of season 5.
Okay.
I think it's, what is it, like something crossing or something. It's the Joey Potter showcase episode. It's only her and she gets mugged.
Yeah.
And the song, they changed the song again for this one.
Mm-hmm.
They do a sad, spooky intro. Still the same song, but like in a scary piano kind of way.
Did I reach out to you for that one? Or I think I didn't. I think I might have even texted you that something happened, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave it for you to stumble on. And that was it.
Yeah, that was it. It's funny because, I mean, it was a fine episode, I guess, whatever. No,
it's the Fly episode from Breaking Bad. Like, if you want to get into it, there's oh, she's just going to stick around at the hospital and she's going to go talk to this guy. And like, even when he got hit by the car and all her lingering around, I'm like, well, this is not how any of this plays out. Any of this plays out in real life.
Well, okay.
I'm going to give one of the events.
That aside.
So brutal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, again, you always make me do this. You make me defend Joey Potter. You hate Joey Potter so much. It hurts my heart.
It's not Joey's. It's not even her fault at that point.
She cares too much, Bill. She just cares too much about everybody, even the people that take her money and her jacket and her phone.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Anyways, it's always interesting late in these seasons at any show, where you get these solo episodes because that's negotiated. Like someone said, if you want me to stay on this show, I want my own episode. Like that's a thing. That's a known thing. Like there's been fallout from that. Like I think Walking Dead has come across that. Like certain characters were like, nope, I want a full 44 minutes of just me, in the show. Like that's a thing. It just reminded me that, that's right.
All. That's something we have to figure out how to do as a bit for our productions. Don't know what it is, but
you want to do that Range Life episode just by yourself? Like you want a standalone episode?
Like a course vlog or something. I don't know. Just something. But like the problem is we're talking about it now and the joke won't be as funny.
Right.
And it'll just seem real.
Like if we all did, I mean, we could. I have all kinds of ideas just now. You just gave me a bunch of ideas.
Oh, good.
So I'm
good. Per usual. That's what I'm here for.
Actually, I've got a perfect way. All right. I've got to figure it out. Don't worry. It's going to be great.
Good. All right. Anything else? Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
What golf ball did you play on Sunday?
Oh, I don't have any here. It's a Bridgestone E12 Contact.
A Bridgestone golf ball by chance?
That's right.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this about Bridgestone golf balls. I didn't play a Bridgestone golf ball for most of the round because I have to do a review of the new Costco Kirkland Signature golf ball.
Costco.
I won't comment too much on that ball right now.
Okay.
But I found a Bridgestone E6. Nice, fresh one.
That's right. You did.
And I went, I'm going to hit that ball right now. One shot with a 54-degree wedge, full shot.
Mm-hmm.
Just felt better. It responded on the green better. And I was like, there's the difference. And this isn't even their tour caliber ball. It's an affordable option of theirs.
Yeah.
And it was just so much better than the stupid Costco ball, which I don't know if that's saying much.
Right. I used to play the E6 when I used to lose a lot of golf balls. That was because of that, because you still get some quality, but it doesn't quite cost as much as some of the Premier.
They make such good golf balls. That's all I can say. It's true. All I can say. Bridgestone golf balls, the official golf ball of that Range Life. All right.
Well done.
That about wraps it up. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and tell your friends. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
I have a story about telling friends and spreading the gospel for us. I'll save that for another time, but it works. That's all I can say. It works. Spread the good word for us, please.
Yes.
And what's your hey?
I was going to say, why don't usually you ask me first, but I'm going to ask you what's going on with the website this week.
Since you ask, I have a review up for the new Badass Iron Shaft. They are a imprint of VA shafts that are more affordable, but yet premium upgrades. They will perform like a premier high dollar shaft at a fraction of the price point. So go check out that review.
All right.
The KBS Tour Light, What's in the Box? Posted that up too. If you haven't seen it yet on our YouTube channel here, go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tommy's got a review up for the Cleveland RTX full face wedge. So full face wedges are the thing now. A lot of nice ones coming out, and he has some things to say about it. So go check her out.
Cool, man.
Chris, what about you? What's going on in your world?
We have a new Golf Origin Stories episode with Ray Lucier, who is who's Ray Lucier? Well, Ray Lucier is a Call of Duty legend, professional gamer. He is now the GM and coach of Optic Texas Call of Duty League. They just won their home, what they call their home major this past weekend. He's also an incredible bowler, like almost professional, like up there, regional champion type of stuff, like big time stuff. And he's a crazy golfer, just like me and you. So that's a fun conversation. I don't know if how much exposure you've had to professional gaming. I have not necessarily. So he kind of gives us all sorts of fun, a fun education on this. I mean, there are like salaries, contracts. It's a whole thing. It's crazy. So
when you see professional athletes, like football players making big contracts, quitting because like I can make the same amount of money or more, and I'm not beating up my body like I am here. So it's crazy.
Yeah. So that's going on. And then of course, chapter 3 of Golf Stories, Volume 1, Secret Tour Pro is also available.
Check that out. Now, what about this Pearl Jam piece?
I got Andy Fry. He was on Golf Origin Stories. He writes for Forbes.com. He wrote a piece for Medium.com about Eddie Vedder, and he quotes me in the piece. So if you want to go read about what I think about Eddie Vedder and why he's Eddie Vedder, I will link it in the description.
Of all the people to go quote about Eddie Vedder, he goes to you. Jesus Christ.
I know. Random.
What a world we live in.
By the way, Andy should come on sometime. We'll do he's writing a book where I think once the book comes out, we'll have him on. But he's a big Oasis fan, big time Oasis fan. So we'll have him on so you guys can talk Oasis, and we'll do some kind of draft that's related to
Oasis draft
to the 90s music scene.
I love it. I love it. I'm like, well, my 2 kids are named after the Gallaghers. Yours aren't.
Right.
Shut up. And you'll be like, this did not go the way I wanted it to. All right. That's Chris McEwen at Chris McEwen on all the social medias. I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com at Range Heroes. Thank you for joining us this week. We hope you enjoyed it. If not, come back next week. We'll make up for it. All right.
We'll do better.
Thank you again. Don't forget to go down below, subscribe, do all the things. We already covered that. Appreciate it. Hey, it's golf season. Get out there and do some golf stuff. We'll see you next week.